Okay, first things first. There's this really tiny but evil thing printed at the top of the page. It says, quarter note equals 144. Now this might be a good piece of information for a conductor. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This movement must be fast, very fast. Schumann has very specific instructions. It must be 144, not 142, not 143, but wait. Okay, fast. Or if you're preparing to play this with an orchestra, but if you're preparing this to play just by yourself at an audition, 144 often just sounds way too fast when you're just by yourself alone in the concert hall. Really anything in the 134 to 140 kind of range is probably going to be fast enough, and there are professional recordings around this tempo. If you play it great at that tempo, the panel might ask you to play it again faster, and you probably will be able to, which is fine. But if you're a disaster at 144, they're not going to even want to let you finish playing the excerpt. The important thing here is to see where the accents are printed. They're in measures 1, 3, and 7, but they're not in measures 5 and 6, so pay special attention to that. Intonation right out of the gate is really tricky because it's this fully diminished 7th chord, so all the minor thirds need to be the same distance, and also the E flats, C's, and A's need to match in both octaves. So pay special attention to that when you're just getting started. In measure 5, you can either play 1-1, or you can play 2-2. And then in measure 6, the other options are you can either shift to a 1 on this D natural, or you can do a note later and shift to the 2 on the E flat. Either one is fine. I prefer just to do the string crossing and the shift at the same time, and just do them in the same motion. And then in measure 7, if you can just stay in position and reach back to get this B flat. And this is great to practice as a double stop. But if you really can't do that, the other option, fear not, is to shift between this A flat and G. And then that's easy. And then you have to shift back up. That's not as great, but if you're having a hard time stretching that, then that's a good option to use. In measure 8, I just prefer to stay in position and then shift down. But you can also shift down again to between this A flat and G. And then this is a little bit easier to reach without having to shift 1-1. So this is something to consider. In measure 10, which is pretty similar to measure 6, you can again go either 1-1, or you can do it one note later and go 3-2, which is a little bit of a stronger beat, but again, maybe consider if you want to do the string crossing and the shift at in the same motion. You should plan on playing the repeat. Some orchestras at an audition will specifically tell you not to take it, but if they don't say anything, you should just plan on playing it. It's not a very long excerpt, and when we play it with an orchestra, we always take it. Thank you!